I guess we can get it started. So, welcome.
We already on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah. Welcome back to the Hustlers Only podcast. This is now episode dos.
Number 2.
Dos, man. How y'all feeling, man?
Bro, I feel great. You know, I'm on a high right now, like coming off my birthday, Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back in LA, like back working, going crazy.
Yeah.
It's a blessing, man. I'm blessed to be back and be here with y'all. What about yourself?
Man, I feel the same. You know, got to see family, got to have a good time, got good food. Yeah, I'm ready to get back to work.
Back at it.
Back at it.
Back
Real
at it.
life. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nah, Thanksgiving was good, man. I hope y'all. I know you was with me, so I know
Mhm.
your Thanksgiving was good.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see the fam.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Got
Crazy.
acclimated.
Crazy auntie,
Yeah.
you know, and we had
Hey, straight talking while we were playing dominoes.
Bro.
Good time.
bro. All my family do is talk mess, so.
Y'all don't want to see me on the bones. You know what's up. He know what's
Who
up.
won?
He did.
Come on, bro.
I'm talking
we ain't
about
even
me.
no, we ain't even gotta go there though.
Yeah,
I'm not good at it yet.
We ain't gotta
Give me
go there.
time.
I'm going to spare you on that one.
But yeah, today, man, like I said, we highlighting you.
Mhm.
We want to know about you, man, what it took to get to your level,
Mm-hmm.
to get a client list like yours, a ridiculous client list at that. We just left
Yeah.
somebody's house. We ain't even gonna say.
Shout out
But,
to your boy. Enjoy your show tonight.
You
Yeah,
feel me?
enjoy your sold out show tonight.
Exactly. That's all we gonna say with that. But man, just let the people know who you are, man.
Yeah, so my name is Gary. I go by GQ. From Northern California, you know, and it's honestly just been like a hell of a journey.
Mhm.
Come from a pretty big family. Shout out to the whole Central Valley. You know, I didn't live like all over, whether it's like Fresno, Stockton, Patterson, Sacramento.
Mhm.
You know, just all over. And honestly, you know, I play sports. I got a sports background. You know, went to school as well.
Mm.
But when it comes to just being in certain positions, I was always forced to just like barber. And it was just, my friends would always tell me like, yo, like, I know you just come here for the weekend, whatever, but make sure you got some clippers with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
it don't matter where we at, what you doing, just know like nobody else touching my head except for you.
Mhm.
So that's just something that I always just like kept in mind. And no matter what job I had or what I was doing, I just knew like that's the easy way for me to have some money.
Mhm.
How long have you been cutting hair?
In total, probably about like I think I'm at a decade, bro.
Yeah,
I think I'm at
Yeah,
a
because
that's crazy. I didn't even
think
know
I'm
that.
at
he cut my hair off when I had long hair junior year. So that was like 2013.
and I had started before that, like 8th grade, YouTube,
Bro, put
just
his
like
10,000
myself.
hours in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Sheesh.
I'm seasoned, you know.
Mhm.
When I lived in Patterson, bro, I used to ride longboard. Shout out to Patterson. Everybody knows what's up. Like
Mhm.
Shout out to
riding
T.
longboards, going door to door, house to house, like cutting in bathrooms,
Mhm.
tight little intricate spaces.
I remember that. You had pictures of that, right?
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like I
yeah.
could pull up my Instagram, like
Yeah.
a post from like 2014, where it
Mhm.
was just like the basic essential tools, like just one clipper, one liner, one comb.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And like 2-3 guards. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing something.
Started.
You
That
know,
was still
start
good
somewhere.
too at that time for not having the lack of equipment. That still was. He was
And-
doing his job.
and
Yeah.
just even just how it kind of like fell in my lap, you know, because like I said, I have a big family, and I was the baby, and I didn't like being told no.
Mm.
You know, like I know that sounds kind of crazy, but like
Nah.
you know, like we growing up,
Yeah, you grew up like that.
the homies is getting Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they rocking SBs, and I still might be in like some DCs or like some bands when it wasn't a thing at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't like this. So around like high school, I think I had turned 16. Shout out to moms. I'm like, say, what you want for your birthday? I'm like, honestly, just give me a pair of clippers.
Mm.
And like, that's how it started. I ain't never had to ask for money. Like, I knew she was going to say no if I asked for some money.
Mm-hmm.
But that was just letting me know,
Something to
like,
make you some money.
you know, I'm going to make
Yeah.
me some money. Like, Jordans at the time cost what, 120? All right, let me go cut a couple heads. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So you almost started looking at money different.
Absolutely. You know, just being in my social group, my friend groups, like being able to just, y'all want some McDonald's? Come on. Just like looking out for people. Like, I just knew like the value in money and the value of just having some money. You know, that's what I always was attracted to. Like the artists I listen to, the movies I watch, you know, watching the Paid in Fools, listening to Jay-Z, like understanding like, okay, in a group of people, there's going to be a certain person that stands out or a certain person that takes care of X, Y, and Z. Taking on that responsibility to where it's just like, okay, like I know my role, I know my position. How can I always stay in this position?
Yeah, That makes a lot of sense.
No, it does. It does. And I was gonna ask, like, okay, so we know why you chose barbering, but who inspired you as far as like, was there anybody while you were coming up that you looked to, like a barber maybe that you like, I want to be like that, or was it all just kind of self-drive?
A lot of self-drive, but I will say shout out to like all the barbers on YouTube, because YouTube University definitely helped me get
That's
to where
that
I
one.
am today.
That's that one.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That one.
YouTube University just locking in how to do this, how to do that. Cause I done messed myself up plenty of times.
So you was your first customer, really?
Literally. And you know, just spent off, you know, like cutting my cousins, brothers, and then, you know, shout out to you from CJ from Patterson, because my junior year, he was the first person that gave me money.
Oh, shout out CJ.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to bro. Like,
Yeah,
wherever you is in life, bro. Appreciate you, P.
That's that pivotal moment.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, basically saying like, was that moment where it kind of changed in your eyes, making that first purchase or getting that first purchase?
Absolutely. You know, because at the time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we young, so I'm like, he like, how much you want? I'm like, shit, I don't know. Like, I just want to get a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Shit, give me $6.
I was just about to ask. I know that price was crazy.
Bro, it was like some,
a fraction of what
you know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to say something wild, but yeah, we not there no more. You know, it was at that time.
Now.
Yeah.
At that time, that's where we was at. And so from there, it just started with like, just, you know, I play sports, like my teammates finding out, you know, like other people from school, to the point where like, bro, even when I went to college, like I ain't get a job till I was probably like an actual job till I probably was like 20, just because I moved to a new city. But it's like, bro, like that's what always kept money in my pocket. And I was tapped in with everybody. So it was like, how can I not do this?
And I was just going to ask you, so how did you build your client? Like, what are the methods you chose to build your client list?
Honestly,
was it all word of mouth? Like, did you actually go hand cards out? Because when you first starting off, it's like nobody trusts you.
absolutely.
You feel me? Like, so what was the things that you did that maybe somebody who watching this can kind of emulate?
Just understanding as a barber, anyone who does hair, hairstylist, esthetician, whatever, like you're your own client. You know what I mean? And like you're your own billboard. You know, like I might be in a room with people where I don't have a business card. You know, my phone might be dead, like, or y'all don't even have your phone. But guess what? Like, you need a cut, right? You like mine? Yo, I'll do it myself. And I used to lead with that all the time. If I could do this to myself, just imagine what I'd do for you.
I like that. Walking billboard.
You know what I'm saying? Walking
back.
billboard to the point where even I'm so confident in myself where it's like, if you don't like it, don't pay. Better yet, I'll give you the money.
Right.
But I know you're gonna like it.
He ain't never had that happen.
He said, I give you money. Yeah, I don't know if anybody ever got up out of this.
You know, it's a sales thing,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
come on, bro. Like, y'all know.
Just goes to show the confidence. Though.
Yeah.
Like, I will pay you for this cut.
Like, I'll
you know, like,
personally pay you if you don't like this. And with any product that you have, whether you're selling, whatever, if you're not confident in your own product, why should the next person feel confident buying your product?
That's very true.
It
So
is.
we could backpack that in. What was that point in your career with this where you took it full serious? Like, did you know you're like, okay, I'm really him with this, like, and I should take this serious? Or was it something else in life that caused this, you know, I guess, ruffle that made you have to pivot that way and really take it full serious?
Honestly, you know, it was years ago, but this is around the time when, you know, like your brand, you guys start going crazy. And, you know, at the time I'm working, you know, I did the 9 to 5 as well. I'm working at Sprint. I'm a manager. I think I'm 20, 21 at the time. Flipping phones, manager position. So I can't go out. I'm 21. I'm trying to turn up and have fun.
Right.
Nah, I got to close tonight, bro. Like, I can't come kick it with y'all. I got to be up and be here Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So just having them jobs to where, like, I knew my value as a person and I knew so many people and I always got invited places to the point where it's like, I don't like this job no more, bro. I'm missing out on so much. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, like, I can't even go to picnic day because I got work.
Oh, picnic day used to go crazy.
Shout out to picnic day.
Picnic day used to go crazy.
You know, so it just got to the point where that and then, you know, just hooping, just understanding like, bro, it's much more to life. And I see myself doing other things. I see myself being in a space where I could go do whatever I want and still take care of business, yet alone, like conduct business while I'm there.
Yeah.
So honestly, you know.
Freedom.
Yeah. So honestly, you know, shout out to, you know, my man B Sanch. Shout out to Brandon from Sacramento. I beat his ass in basketball. We played once, but he's the person that broke my thumb. You know what I'm saying?
So you had to really
So breaking my thumb led to me getting fired from work because I had to get surgery and I was out for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
To where it's like I get back from surgery, my thumb's broke, I don't have a job. Okay, I got some bills now.
Mm-hmm.
I took a trip with my parents, ran out of money.
Life don't stop.
You know what I'm saying? To the point where like I had to tap Pops on the low. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I'm tapped right now. Like let me hold something.
Let me hold something. You got to.
He threw me like 200-300. As soon as we got back from the trip, I'm just sliding back and forth from like Fresno to Patterson. You know, like hour and 30 minutes drive just every day, just working to the point where I paid him off, and I'm just like, bro, I might as well stop playing and do this series, you know. And that's when I heard, you know, Wesley from shout out to bro. That's when I heard he was opening that barbershop in Patterson.
Yeah.
And that from there, it's just like it became a no brainer.
Had to go all in. Everything kind of lined up. Like, all right.
Took a chance on myself. Never looked back. They got me into that shop, and at the time I'm still in school. And you know how moms is, you know, especially like black moms. I don't know about everybody else, but like you gotta produce.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You gotta produce.
You know they ain't doing nothing.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I'm in school, and yeah, I'm just going to the shop working, but it's like that money is coming to the point where like my second week at that shop, I stopped going to school. She, you know, and she like, so you just don't stop going to school like that?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hold on. Went to my closet, grabbed that shoebox, just threw the box at her. Count that. That's just 2 weeks. Well, you better be the best barber there is.
Mm.
You know, she gave me the stamp. And then from there, I just took that and ran with it. Never looked back.
So powerful, like mom's words, like even Pops, but I don't. It's something about moms like giving you that green light.
Mm-hmm.
Because I literally had the same situation. Like when I decided not to go to college too, I didn't even attempt. I just wasn't doing it. I really had that conversation with my mom. Like, you know what? Like, I don't think college is for me. Like, if I did go, I'm wasting my time, money. It's just not gonna work out.
For what I'm trying to build right now, it don't make sense.
And it's crazy because at that point, I didn't even know. Like, I had not a small idea. Like, all right, I might want to go into branding, but yeah. Like, when I told her, I'm like, I'm gonna build a brand. She was like, you better go all in.
And you know, to you as well. As soon as she seen that first little, you made that first transaction, she like, okay. You know, they always watching, paying attention.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he really, my baby this, my baby that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's, hey, don't stop. Keep going.
They see you locked into that one. I was in the garage.
They just got to see that you serious.
Yeah. Yeah, they see you locked in, and that's when they're like, okay.
You know what I'm
the
saying?
right decision.
Yeah. And like,
they just want what's best for you.
That's all it is. They just want what's best. They want to make sure you're safe.
You gotta listen to parents, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the moms. Shout out to all the parents. You know, like this is one hell of a journey being an entrepreneur. And this is the purpose of this podcast, just so we can highlight literally the ups, the downs, what's left, what's right, like everything. Cause it's a lot, bro. Even, you know, boy House was at this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He told you the same thing.
Yeah.
And you would have thought it was sweet. No.
It's a grind to it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who's really pushing the edge to what they want to build and what they want to create. Well, I'll tell you, like, this ain't easy. Like, you wouldn't want to do this unless you really have a crazy drive for it or an ambition. So you hear from everybody. You got to understand that there's going to be times of ups, downs, and you just got to keep calculating to keep on going up. But so with that, I want to ask, what was your first biggest adversity you had to overcome?
Mm-hmm.
My first,
like something that really tested you. Like, I ain't never experienced this.
I ain't gonna lie. Getting locked out for a week. Getting locked out of a barbershop for like a week.
I was about to say, locked out of where? Your house?
I was like, where was this at?
Nah, like, just getting like locked out in a sense of like somebody cut my water off from underneath me. Like, okay, I know business is good, whatever, but like based off of what took place, it was a lot of uncertainty circling around as well. But it was just like, you can't work here for a week.
Just cut your supply off, cut your money off.
You can't do nothing. And you know, like I'm commuting back and forth at that time. So I'm like,
it meant something.
What?
Yeah.
Like, so just that moment let me know, like, yeah, like I'm bigger than all this. You know what I'm saying? I just got to do something for self and put myself in a position to where if something like that was to happen again, I can control it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not hurt. I'm not affected.
Mm.
And, you know, leading up, leaving that shop, going to another shop and reestablishing myself, rebuilding, You know, it's a grind. You in a whole new market, new city.
Where you
Gotta
coming?
restart.
Where you coming from, and where you going to?
So I'm leaving Patterson and I'm going to Fresno. You know,
Mm.
like shout out to bro in Fresno.
Mhm.
And you know, I gotta rebuild. So it's like a
Mhm.
whole rebrand.
Restarting, yeah.
You know,
'cause
Blank canvas.
let the viewers know like how far that distance is. You know.
so that's Patterson, Fresno, like an hour, 30 minutes.
Mhm.
It's like an hour, 30 minutes.
Completely different market though.
Yeah, I
Completely
will say.
different. You know, Patterson's much smaller. Fresno, 500,000 plus people, you know,
Mhm.
extremely bigger. But I'm a nobody to the city.
Yep.
You know, only like 2 people know about me.
Yeah.
Granted, it's closer to like where my parents stayed and where I lived at the time. So it's like, oh, it's a no-brainer. I only got to drive 20 minutes, whereas I was driving an
Yeah.
hour 30 at first.
That's different.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes a difference.
A huge difference. Gas, time, everything. So it just got to the point where you know, I left that shop, pivoted within like 2-3 months of being there. That shop closed down.
Sheesh.
You know, so it just like
Back to back almost.
like back to back. So
Yeah.
I'm like, God, like I'm not going back to Patterson. I'm not gonna stay out here.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling y'all like, bro, like I'm trying to get to LA by the end of the year. You know, mind you, we're in like April of
Mhm.
what 2021. Yeah, I think
like
April
that.
2021.
Oh yeah, because that's right when you had to.
You
make
know what I'm
that
saying?
adjustment.
So literally, I think I just made a post on Twitter. Barbershops in LA, like if y'all know something, let me know. You actually reached out and like let me know about the two.
Bruh.
Shout
And
out
it was
Kev.
so random and ironic. I did not know what Melrose was at the
Yeah.
time, you know? And literally just like looked up their pages online. I said, oh yeah, Players Lounge. I like this.
Mhm.
It
I
only,
seen
like,
the name. It was just like, bruh, he
Yeah,
could
that
be in
fits
here.
Gary.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mind you, area, all that. I don't even know what made me look at them though. For real, for real. I think I just looked up barbershops in LA. Like as soon as I seen you looking for them, I'm like, there's nothing Google can't find you.
you know what I'm saying?
You
And
know.
it was so perfect to the point where like soon as I reached out, instantly, hey, when can you be out here? Because the shop closed on a Friday.
God, bro.
Look, and the shop closed Friday. I had to break in and get my supplies Saturday.
You had to break.
What? You know how much barbers? Boy,
So what? They locked the doors.
nigga, they changed the lock.
Why?
Wow.
Yeah, why'd they change the locks?
Hey, it's not my business. Can't really speak on it. I could just speak about my experience.
We
I-
go,
I like that. I
That's
like
it.
that.
We gonna leave it there.
But I had to get my stuff. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Crazy. So what you do? You cut the lock off? Or something?
Hey,
You
you
ain't
heard
gonna
it.
incriminate our. Yeah, you got your stuff.
I got my stuff.
You got his
You know
stuff.
what I'm
That's all
saying?
that. Yeah.
And yeah, literally that Saturday morning, you told me about that place.
Mm.
That following Tuesday, I was in LA visiting them
That's crazy.
and locked in. And hey, like when you want to start, like we already seen the page, everything. Like you good? Come on, green light.
Yeah.
I had to go back home, and I think I was going to Vegas at the time, you know, for like a little birthday celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, and as soon as I came back from Vegas, strictly business.
So, in between going from Fresno to LA, how did that happen? Like, were you living? Did you get a spot in LA? Like, how did that?
Within that week,
Mm.
literally everything like boom, Airbnb, we gonna do this for
Oh,
the
so
time
you
being.
You kind of just like built your wings while you was in the air.
Like as I'm packing to go to Vegas for the weekend, I'm packing another suitcase with like clothes because I'm like, I live 4 hours away. I could just easily come back and forth and grab
Right.
everything else. But just to have me set for like the first 2 weeks, I just need my clippers, the kicks,
Mm-hmm.
some clothes, some drawers, and toothbrush, toothpaste. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Had a ball in Vegas, flew straight into LA, went straight to the barbershop that Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane. I didn't know that. I didn't know you kind of just figured it out in that type of way. So let's unpack that real quick. So you go from Fresno,
Mm-hmm.
shop closed down.
Mm-hmm.
Find a new shop in LA.
Mm-hmm.
You like,
Go do a visit.
this where I want to be. After the visit, you decided this where I
Like,
want to be.
soon as I met everybody, I seen my location, I seen my space, I seen the setup. Like I said, I didn't know what Melrose was at the
Right.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But, you know, I got the vision and I'm looking like, oh, what? This ain't nothing. Like, it's all these people over here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's easy. I'm finna go crazy.
So what was your first steps after that? Like, because this is, again, a new area. So how did you attack the LA market?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I came back from Vegas, you know, I go to the shop, I set up my station, get everything right.
Mm.
And I probably had like 1,000 business cards. You know, I'm just outside passing out cards literally every day and just telling people like, yo, like I'm new to the city. let me cut you. Like, bro, y'all shouldn't be outside looking like this. Come get cut. You know, and you know,
And somebody coming up to you
I'm
saying,
pressing people
you
like,
shouldn't be looking like this.
Like,
let me help you.
you know, like, come on, bro. Like, it's
That's
sunny,
funny.
it's summertime. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. You ain't even got to pay me. Just give me a tip.
Mm.
Just give me a tip.
And that's something I've never heard. I don't know if that's like popular in the,
Right.
you know, hair care space, but to just say, just give me a tip. Like whatever it's almost like they're proud to pay.
Yeah, proud to pay moment for sure.
It's almost like that, bro. That's fly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I personally had to do that because, one, I don't have a name out here.
Mhm.
And I'm in a shop full of other barbers.
Got to build trust.
And they already got their clients.
Yep.
So, and then they looking at me like, we don't even know if he nice. So it's like a lot going on in the back of my
A
head.
little bit of ego in there.
What?
Boy.
You know, and like, I played sports my whole life.
Competitive. I was about to
You
say
know,
that.
Yeah.
Whether we playing basketball, football, tennis, whatever, you not going to outwork me.
Mhm.
You're not going to outshine me.
Mhm.
You know, like my worth ethic alone speaks for itself.
Mhm.
And so I take those same characteristics and traits and put it in with barber. Anything I do.
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh, that's easy. Oh, and y'all not even doing this? Oh yeah. This gonna be a breeze.
Mhm.
So you kind of like, so you got out there, start handing out cards, and
Gorilla pimping.
bro, what? What? He's
Crazy.
He's an animal. But okay, so you handing out cards, right? When did you realize that LA was the place that you really needed to be? Like, cause I know something had clicked in your mind, like, whoa, like LA is different than anywhere I've ever been. I
Mhm.
gotta stay here. What made you park and really plant your feet here?
The exposure I started to get within the first 2 months.
Mm.
You know, first month, obviously, it's a little slow.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm still building, stuff like that.
Mm.
And starting that second and third month, just the amount of traction I was receiving, certain people tapping in.
Mm.
And, you know, contrary to me, like being outside, passing out cards, whenever I was going somewhere, I'm giving out cards like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm a barber, you
Even
know,
if you out at the like
even if
bar, it never
anywhere,
stops.
Mhm.
That's another,
anywhere,
the key point. It never stops.
never,
You better always be ready to network.
you know, and I'm walking billboard. So I take my hat off. Yeah, bro, I do this to myself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So with that, just getting invited to certain places and, you know, just the feedback and response I was getting, and, you know, just getting called to do a house call on certain people early on to where I'm like, oh, I'm locked in. I can't go nowhere.
Any celebrities?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
Can you disclose?
Who's-
At least two.
Who was your first
Yeah,
one?
like-
Let's do that one. Who was your first one, and did you know at the time if they were or?
My first one, surprisingly, just left, bro. Shout out to bro, Leon Thomas.
Wow.
Leon Thomas.
That's crazy. Full circle moment.
Leon Thomas. To the point where I just randomly pulled up, did the house call, and I got in the car after, and I'm like, that face is so familiar.
Mhm.
Like I've seen him somewhere.
Yeah.
So where I finally like just typed it in on Google, and I'm like, oh shit, like that's bruh.
Yeah.
I used to watch him growing up.
Yeah.
So that was one of those like I called my sister, I called my mom.
Just.
So I even probably called you. I called everybody like,
Yeah.
bruh, guess who I just,
Definitely call me.
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I was so geeked, cause I'm like, God damn, like this is crazy. And I'm like, what, 2-3 months in to the
Mhm.
city at the time.
That's wild.
So that was like that. Okay, yeah, now like I
Confirmation.
can't leave. No, I can't leave. I gotta stay here for a little bit.
And from there, it was just up.
From there, it was up. You
Because
know,
once you start cutting a certain caliber person, your clientele just grows. Because again, it's all boils down to trust.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, the word of mouth in barbering is like
Everything.
huge.
It's
you know,
everything.
you trust somebody to really make me look good for a week or 2
Bruh,
weeks
my life is in your hands
in your hands.
for the next 3 weeks. Then
You know what
You
I'm
mess me up, bro. Like I'm
You're
not even gonna be mad. I'm
cooked.
just gonna cry. Like
There's
I'm,
nothing you
I'm
can do.
inside.
You can't fight me and bring it back. There's
Nah,
nothing.
It's
you
nothing.
can't do nothing.
You still bald.
You know, and like
That's crazy. That's crazy. No, that's actually you got a lot of power, bro. Barbers and hairstylists hold a lot of power,
That's
bro.
facts.
mhm.
Like,
And you know, like, and with that being said, like I'm glad you noticed and you could pay attention. Because at that time as well, I really started to just like focus more on my craft and like,
Mhm.
okay, like I know it was fun just moving here,
Mhm.
but we not going to work hungover and all this. You know what I'm saying? I started to be mindful of like, okay, I'm gonna treat this like a legit job. Even though, you know, it's a good little, you can do whatever you want.
mhm.
Nah, we're not doing that. You
Yeah.
know, I'm about to stay serious, stay locked in, stay focused. Cause it shows. Believe it or not.
Discipline.
You know, we could turn up over the weekend, but you know, Tuesday through Friday, whatever, we locked in. Like I'm work home. Might do a little event, whatever, but like, nah, we not turning up like that.
That's one thing I will say. I'll give you that, bro, because you, out of a lot of people that I know, you're one of the only ones that really can be the first in the shop, last one out.
Yeah.
And after he off, he probably gonna eat for the first time in the day.
I ain't ate. What time is it right
We
now?
haven't
I don't think any of us ate.
I haven't ate.
It's been a
yet.
busy day.
You know what I'm saying?
It's been a busy day.
All I had was a protein bar.
It's like that. I had toothpaste.
And that's crazy.
And a crystal geyser. Come on, bro. We living crazy out here,
Crystalline and
man.
Crystal Geyser, man.
Crystalline and crystal, guys. That's
We
crazy.
shooting though.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
shooting though.
Bro, that's solid though.
Come on.
You feel me?
You know, but
Come
that's like part of the journey, and that's like what a lot of people don't talk about. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many times where I literally don't eat. Like, I'm eating,
Cause your schedule's so crazy,
Yeah.
I'm eating,
bruh.
but I'm not eating.
Because you ain't trying to grab, some bad food every day. Like,
No.
that's convenient. You're just
Fried
like,
food, no, man. You
I'm
wanna be able to
gonna want to
sustain.
pass out by 4 p.m.
You know what I'm saying? And then barbers got like kind of like one of the worst lifestyles. You know, we on our feet constantly. We
Mhm.
standing straight up all day. Probably not really eating. Even if you're probably about to go out, you're just gonna do it over and over and over. So when are you having the time to go work out? You know, when are you giving yourself the time to read a book? You know, decompress, sit down, just do some yoga, anything.
I was just about to ask it too, so I'm so glad you mentioned that.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
With you not eating all day, how do you sustain? Like, and I'm not saying, of course, you don't do this every day, but you got to have some
just liquid.
form of health
Mm-hmm.
in order to do that, to work 12 hours and be on your feet all day and still not be fatigued. What do you do?
Absolutely.
Like healthy practices?
Honestly, I just drink a lot of fluids like water, coconut water, etc. But like, I give myself the time to like take a break. You know,
Yeah.
like I sit down for like 30 minutes. You know,
Okay.
like I chill, relax. You know, like, and I won't necessarily just like cram my schedule up to where we like legit like back to back to where I ain't got no space.
Give a little buffer time.
I'm gonna give myself some little gaps and windows
Get
so
your
I can just,
bandwidth back up.
you know, like
Yeah.
really take a step out, take a step back in, make a phone call or two, like, you know, cat off.
Yeah.
But it's like
balance.
subconsciously, it's giving me that balance.
Mhm.
Because you really can't slow down. Like, you can't have an off day.
Mm-mm.
Like, that's almost like that's why I say you really hold a lot of people's life in your hands. Like, you can't have an off day or
Yeah.
off cut. I don't care if you tired, but my line better not be like this, bro.
And that's how they be.
You
Mhm.
yeah.
That's how they be.
Yeah.
Nah, because like we've gone to like photo shoots and things like that super late and not getting back till 1 a.m. or something like that. Like obviously we didn't go drink or anything crazy, but it's like you're out late and I gotta be up by 6:30 so I
Yeah.
can get everything right plus my 30-minute commute. So it's like being able to do that on 4 or 5 days straight is also like
Bro.
it's intense. So I do want to
Yeah.
ask that with LA and its lifestyle, once you live out here, you really understand like you could get, so consumed, so distracted that you really start to fall off and maybe you stayed out a little too long that you should have had an extra drink that you shouldn't have. Now you waking up way hungover, you've called the first person out. How do you hold yourself accountable to not actually get distracted out here in LA?
Understanding my purpose and why I came out here,
Mm.
and that's the biggest thing. And understanding the simple fact that my outcome is my income, so we could party, we could have a good time, all that, but like business is business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even to, like you said, just going out, having that extra shot, drink, or just, I'm getting back at 5 a.m., but I got to be up at 7 a.m. Understanding I'm about to deal with the consequences throughout the day, but as soon as I wake up off them 2 hours of sleep, I'm about to just make sure I get my body right. Just fluid, kombucha, fruit, all that. Just so I
Be
can have that
faithful.
energy for the first couple hours, then that second wind gonna kick in. And I'm like,
Mhm.
all right, I'm cool. But, honestly, bro, just being disciplined.
You ever slip up?
Oh, what? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I slip to this day sometimes. I get back up, though.
You definitely get back up. I will
I
give him that.
get back up,
Give
though.
him that. What you be saying? Can't eat steak every night.
Hey, chill,
Give away the sauce, man.
chill. This is not the place.
Bro, they ain't even know. Come on, man.
But
One thing I do
certain
wanna-
people know about that, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I do want to attest to, man, there's days like, let's just say we had a long night and we had to go do something or pull up to anything, like any event.
Mm.
The next day he'd be like, bro, I'm done at 2. I'm calling him at 2. All right, you ready? And he's like,
No.
it's 5.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? 3 more hours and 5 comes. He goes, hold on, I got 3 more people pulling up. I'm like, all right, you went from I'm gonna have like a 4 or 5 hour day, you know, cut maybe 5, 6 people to like, yeah, I hit 15 today.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you won't say no. Like,
I'm not
if Gary's
saying no.
there and his bag is not packed, he will not say no.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
And especially like if it's people you already have a big history with, you're like,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna let my clients down. Like,
I can't let you down.
and you know, you really go have those longer days on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's like you might have to vent, go to this. Like, I can't let you down.
Yeah, and you know, like, I'm glad you said that because that's what it comes down to. Just understanding, like I said earlier, like I know my place, I know my value, I know my worth. So it's like getting them certain phone calls. Come on, bro. Like, you know I need you. You know you can't fold on me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I hold people accountable as well. So it's like, all right, come on, bro. Whatever I got to do outside of this ain't that serious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that means much more to me, you telling me that, because like, oh, you really mess with me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Like you're relying on me.
You rely on
different.
me. You don't let nobody, you know, touch your head, pause, except for me.
It would have been all right if you didn't say boss.
I would have let that one go. Low
Yeah.
key. But no, I feel you. I feel you. And honestly, that's
Hey,
the
that
truth
was
too.
crazy.
Because as soon as you build that, like men are very loyal to their barber. I had waves. 2 weeks ago?
Literally,
I just was like, hey,
fro boys.
yeah. I was in NorCal for 3 weeks, man. I couldn't get to Gary.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's
I
respect.
waited.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
Like that's
waited.
love right there.
Yeah.
And, you know, just to understanding my stake out here, because you know, out there in Patterson, all them other cities, you know, just for any barber that's not in like a huge city or like has a crazy clientele, whatever, it's still the same thing. You know, you have to be reliable, you have to be disciplined, you have to be dependent, you know, like, because what I always focused on telling barbers, you don't know what that person has to do after your appointment. You know what I mean? Or before. So, you know me, like, my schedule is everything. Like, hey, I'm holding you accountable. You're here at 1, bet, come on. Because I don't know what you have to do, but I know for a fact the person after you, he got an interview he got to be at a certain time.
Yeah.
It's the ripple effect that people don't really think about. You know, so I make sure, like, hey, we smooth selling over here, player. Like, I got you. Come on. You got to be somewhere by when? Bet. Let's do it.
That's wild.
It is. It is. When you, I guess, are looking for a barbershop, what are key things that stand out for you to really know that, like, okay, I want to put my business in here and actually, you know, spend that rent money, whatever your fee is to be in there? What makes you know that that's the right barbershop?
Myself personally, honestly, the layout, the way it's designed, the feng shui. You know, just like little things.
Deep.
The ambiance and all that.
The ambiance, location, you know, because like I said, you have to be aware of your clientele and surroundings. So, you know, let me paint this picture for you. It might be a barbershop in the hood that's cracking, but how does a mom feel bringing her kids there?
Exactly.
You know, like,
Is it safe?
is it safe?
Family friendly?
Family friendly. You know, like, it's little babies up in here. Like, what is they talking about? Like, is they smoking? Is they what type of music? It's being mindful of those type of things, and it reflects, you know, and it shows with your business. Like, they're coming to conduct business with you. The business itself is something different, but you know, it'll be an approach like, oh yeah, I love my barber. My kids feel safe. You know, it's a great environment. We ain't got to worry about nothing. I could just drop them off, go do what I do, come back. They good. You know, and even just to like the average grown man, like some people might not like to be around weed smoke. Some don't mind it. Some don't want to listen to like cussing all day. Some, you know, don't mind. So just being aware of the environment and just like how the camaraderie is with like all the barbers as well. You know, and personality traits and stuff like that.
It's big.
It is.
I always wonder, like, because one thing that I realized when I always come to the shop, and just through conversations that we have, bro, like, you know a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, your contact list, I thought mine was crazy. I thought yours was crazy. Gary might got his beat.
Yeah, Gary
like,
got
put together. He might got his beat.
Gary got a crazy one.
Did you know that barbering would be such a great networking tool? Because I feel like even if you did pivot from barbering right now, you would be all right, just based off the network that you have.
That's a great question. And honestly, even early on, you know, like I said, I lived in multiple different cities. So through basketball and just barbering alone as well, I had a good idea that I'm gonna be known.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be known for either basketball or barbering.
Yeah.
The barbering, however, oh yeah, like my work alone speaks for itself.
Mhm.
I'm a solid person myself. Oh yeah, we're gonna lock in either way.
And that goes across everything.
Mhm.
Every field, every nationality.
You know what I
It
mean?
don't matter. Like,
And even just like growing up, even living in Sacramento, like I've always prided myself on not putting myself in a box and just being open to know everyone and, you know, have relationships, friendships, everything with everyone, whether you're a nerd,
Mhm.
geek, you know, thug, square,
yeah.
like, you know, just being cool with everybody.
Right, right. A lot of people do box themselves in.
Mhm.
And I think that's part of why you are as successful as you are, is that you get along with any and everybody. You're not biased.
About to just go right into this.
Yeah, you're not biased,
Mhm.
like none of that, bro. And I think in a sense, yeah,
Appreciate
of
it.
course, bro. In a sense, you almost, when I see you like working on your craft and cutting somebody's head, you almost look like a therapist. Like you almost, because I just think about how open I am when you cut my head and what we talked about, even before we were super close, bro.
Yeah.
I was always like really chopping it up with you.
Mhm.
And you've built that connection with almost each and every client that you have.
No.
I think that's why you where you at, bro. On the
Yeah,
outside
no.
looking in, at least.
Mhm.
Yeah,
you know?
no, that's amazing. And it's crazy because, you know, this even just having a conversation like this, I don't be aware,
Mhm.
but because I be so locked in and, you know, just dealing with so many people. But
Yeah.
yeah, like that's amazing.
Yeah,
Thank
it is. It's amazing to watch, bro. For
It is.
sure.
That was my like. I was essentially
Amazing
really
to
going to
watch.
go into similar to this too and ask, how do you? Because in customer service, if you've worked it, you know it's tough.
Oh,
Obviously,
what?
the barber field is the same thing.
Mm.
So the days that, let's just say you had something happen in life that got you feeling a certain way, what do you do, or how do you keep yourself at a maintained level where you don't give off that emotion, that energy to somebody, and you keep a high spirit and keep them in a high spirit? You know,
Question.
and to sit there and talk to somebody an hour, hour and a half, if they got like full head and a beard, like you got to hold a conversation. You
Yeah.
don't want to be boring barber and like that. How do you hold yourself to really get through those moments of tough times while having to give somebody the greatest moment that they've ever had with you?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And honestly, just transparency. Transparency and just understanding, like not bringing what's going on to work, contrary, not bringing work home. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to compartmentalize certain things. And even if it's at a time where a client is just like, yo, like, you seem like something bothering you. What's up? Like, just being transparent and open enough to like, oh yeah, like X, Y, and Z happened, but you know, it's all good.
Right.
You know, just sharing like a little dialogue.
Yeah.
Just hearing that, bro, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
You
not
know what I'm
been your
saying?
whole life, but it's
Yeah.
like, we'll let you know.
Just sharing like a little snippet
Yeah.
and, you know, just going about it that way. You know, because like I said, like, I'm human just like everybody else. We all got feelings. We all got emotions, you know, like, and I'm touching your crown. So I'm not trying to like let that,
Don't have me skeptical.
you know what I'm saying? So just one of those, just like having that transparency, like that dialogue. It might be silent for like a little bit, but then again, it's going to kick in my head like, all right, this is a new client, or like, this is a client. Like,
Let me ask something.
what's going on, bro? How you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's therapy and soothing for me as well. Because you might be like, oh, like I just had a Foot Locker drop or this. And I'm like, oh shit, bro, congratulations. You know, now my spirit's just high.
Yep.
So,
Get your mind off it.
yeah.
And I think after a while, once you build like a consistent client, somebody comes in, you're like, man, that's my dog right here. Like, I'm happy to see you today. You know, like my first person today, you're going to start me off right. You know, the energy is a transfer. So it's like, even though they are paying you for that, sometimes you get an energy transfer. You're like, I'm ready to kill this day.
No, absolutely. And what I will say, them times where it's like, I probably did stay out a little longer, you know, have an extra drink or two. If I got to pull up at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., that first client, you know, like 9 times out of 10, there's somebody I rock with. I'll tell them like, hey, yo, first 20 minutes, don't say a word to me right now.
Let me collect
Let me just
myself.
collect myself.
Right, right.
And then we good. You know?
Yeah.
So just like I said, just having that transparency, you know, just creating that type of like relationship to where, you know, we can have fun, play, joke, and, you know, just be understanding and aware.
Yeah, one thing though, when Gary is having fun, every guy that gets around, if they got a beard and he could tell they get a regular haircut, hey man, I'm a barber. Just instantly showing the page,
Immediately.
you know.
He
So
got the dot card now. He don't
Yeah.
What?
He boop.
hey, quick with
Let me
it.
see your phone. Hey, tap this real quick.
Man.
And I think that's also a big thing too, because you could just work the 8 hours at the spot and not do, you know, quote unquote marketing later, and just maybe have hella fun instead of being like, all right, I'm gonna have fun, but I hope I get 10 people that inquire for a haircut in these next 2 weeks, you know?
Right.
So I do think that's another big thing too that you do really well that I've seen in person.
Appreciate you.
And another thing too that he does well is like he'll do that at once and then be like this. And yeah, the clothing brand that I'm wearing is my boy's right here.
Oh yeah, he's a
What?
master. Of,
Yeah.
bro, he's AI really.
Yeah.
Like with the assist.
Look at this coat.
Come on.
Magic Johnson with the no look. Here.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
You feel me? Look
Bro
at this.
came with.
Look at this beanie. You know, shout out to my man Slap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. No, he assists crazy.
and it's just like point guard background. You know, like obviously I could take over and shine, but it's just I want to put everybody else in position to do the same. Just like I might look good doing whatever I'm doing, you look even better finishing the no look pass. Now you on.
Yeah.
I think this is even a deeper conversation. Like an athlete can listen to this and see how you pretty much took sport tactics and put it towards your real life. Like that, I mean, as simple as it sounds, that's a real thing. Like you said, point guard mentality. I was throwing assists in a game. Now I throw assists for my partner's brands and companies.
Brands, companies.
That's serious.
You know, even my man, you know, shout out to Kendrick Trotter. You
Shout
know,
out to K-Dub, man.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like even him being in a position he's in and reaching out to me early on, like, yo, I don't know what you do right now, whatever, but if you want, you know, I could get you on just as long as you have your degree. Guaranteed pay is gonna be X amount.
Yeah.
At the time, you know, shout out to my bro Aaron. He was looking for a job. Hey, you like me, you'll
Good
love him.
lob. Good lob.
Now they going crazy.
Yeah.
And what do I ask for in return? Nothing, bro. Just keep
Zilch.
shining and doing your thing.
Yeah. Seeing you win is enough. That's a fact. And I think you need people like that in your life, man. And I think that's why we've all grown so close. We're the same way, bro.
Absolutely.
Anybody we get cut by, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody in LA, bro, go to GQ. Immediately. It's not even a thought.
Yeah.
Not even. I don't even know any more barbers for real. I don't know any other barbers.
Yeah,
Out
honestly.
of LA.
Yeah.
And I'm in a space where it's like the only other barbers I know is the ones I work with.
Yeah.
You know, and like the ones that I used to work with, you know, like back home, stuff like that. But it's
Yeah.
just, you know, like out here, it's so much going on.
Yeah. And I'm going to let you know he's good because anybody we've referred has never left him and been like, oh, I'm going back to another barber. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro.
that's the scary part is
Anger.
like, don't miss your day of work and allow them to go to Gary.
Not a fire drill.
Yeah, it's not a. Hey,
This is
hold
not
on.
a fire drill. This the real thing.
This is not a fire drill. Do not miss work and allow your client to go to Gary. You know what I'm saying? I swear, you're gonna lose a client.
He's crazy.
You're gonna lose a client that day.
But look, although we talking about this, man, I kind of want to circle back to like some goals.
Mm-hmm.
Have you set goals for yourself and reached them? And also, what are some of the goals like long term for you in this barber game?
So
Mhm.
personally, I reached a couple goals, you know, just like little short term like milestones.
Yeah.
But moving forward, obviously, you know, like I'm in the space where I could focus on like merchandise and, you know, products. You know, I have a beard, so, you know, starting my own beard oils, getting into the beard balm bag, you know, stuff like that. And then long term, just having not a chain of barbershops, you know, honestly going bigger, like a barber college, you know, being a teacher.
I never heard that one.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where it's at. You know, I have a lot of
huge.
people under me and I have a lot of game to give. So just kind of just crossing out every checklist associated with it. You know, being marketable, having merch, having products, and, you know, being in a space to where, you know, I'm an instructor as well. Because I'll be lying if I say I'll be cutting 10, 12 hours a day for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I don't see.
It's impossible.
You work
goal is
too
to
hard
get
now.
from-
Yeah.
Yeah.
The goal is to get from behind the chair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's exactly why I bust my ass so much now to where 5-10 years down the line, we got the merch. We got the products. We instructing. Oh, and we got a shop right here as well. And I got some young bulls that's under me that's even better than me. You know, I'm looking at it from like I could take everything I know, just give it to the next, so on and so forth. 'Cause that's what it's about.
It
Giving
is.
back.
And speaking of young bulls, bro, I wanna ask you, if I was, let's just say I'm a 15-year-old and I want to start cutting hair, I want to be a barber. Where should I start? What are like the first 5 steps you would say?
First 5 steps, just don't go get the gold clippers.
The fancy joints.
Don't
Yeah.
go get
What's wrong
those.
with the gold? They're just too expensive?
You don't know what you're doing.
Okay. You ain't ready for them.
You don't know what you're doing.
Gotta crawl before you walk.
Crawl before you walk.
Yeah.
You know,
Graduate to them.
just get you a little basic set,
Mhm.
get you a nice little liner, and just do a lot of homework. You know, watch a lot of videos, get comfortable with speaking,
Right.
other than what y'all talking about at a 15-year-old space. You know, just get comfortable with talking to people that's older, people of different nationalities, practice different hair textures, types, all that, and know what you're cutting, know what you're doing.
Okay.
That way, you could graduate and, okay, I'm sitting on some chicken right now. I see what these clippers been doing. They don't work for me no more. Now I could go get the $200-$300. Now I could go get the gold ones.
The gold joints. Okay. Oh, that's valuable. Anybody out there that want to be a barber, man, he just
Yeah.
gave you the whole layout.
And, you know, just even being, not even just for a barber, just any entrepreneur, anyone, just understand, like, slow motion is better than no motion.
It's a fact. And we were just talking about this today, matter of fact. Like, when you build slow, you stay at the top. Like, by the time you get to the top, you're going to stay there. You feel me? Because it's a slow grind. Now, if you go straight up, you might just fall straight down. You ain't got no base, no foundation.
You got no foundation.
Bruh.
If you just peak straight up,
You should be worried.
you're going to flop.
Yeah.
You should be, honestly, if I was to have like a huge peak, I would almost be a little worried.
Absolutely.
I agree. You hear artists say like, dang, after I got that one hit, it blew up. But then they're like,
Now the
now
barbers
all
up
you're
there.
chasing is that one hit.
Yeah.
Like, if you had casual hits, you know, going up, but if you just hit top 3 on the Billboard out of nowhere, good
It's
luck.
hard to follow that
Good
up.
luck trying to get it again.
It's
You
hard
know
to
what's
follow
funny?
that up.
I just seen a video with Zaytoven. He talked about when people come to a studio, oh, you not saying run track 3, 4, 7. No, whatever he play, that's what you own. Like, ain't no, I like track 8. Nah, this what I got for you. Go ahead.
Take it.
It could be a hit. It might not be. Next person.
Wow.
Next track. You know what I'm
I didn't
saying?
even know that was
But it's
how you
just
run.
like, think about the confidence that gives him, yet alone the artist. Because now we got our rapport, we got our relationship. Shit, this a beat that you ain't gonna never hear. Because, you know, it's just like with anything. If you have too much of something, it's like when you're a kid, you got all these toys. They don't mean nothing, but you just got this one. That's the most important toy that
Yeah.
you got.
For sure.
You don't want no other toy.
For sure.
All you got is one, but when you got like 10, 15,
You don't really value it the same.
you don't value it.
Yeah. No, and I think that's true as well. Like, you don't value. That's when you get arrogant. That's when you operate in ego. Is when you go quick. We've seen so many people, like, and no shade to them, man. Like, people do what they do. You know, you live how you want to live. But me personally, and I'm sure y'all can agree, when I see a person that is arrogant or, you know, just a person they're not maneuvering right, it just goes to show, like, oh, you ain't been through nothing. You ain't, you know, you ain't had your head cracked. You ain't fell down like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? And
You got
that's
no
all
scars on your knees.
Yeah, that's all
Ain't
it
got no
showed
scars
me.
on the D.
That's all it showed me. It's so telling. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I kind of know how to maneuver with you.
Yeah.
You know?
You ain't crashed out before. And then on top of that, like, you're not open to receiving information, that yet alone knowledge from somebody else, because you know it all.
You know it all. So I'm going to let you know it all. Over there.
Like Babyface said, you know it all. Nigga. What you mad at me for?
Fact.
Yeah.
Now, that's a fact. It's a lot of people that maneuver like that. And I think that's been one thing that we learned. Of course, we came in the game, the fashion game, like, just thinking, like, you know, of course we was on our high horse sometimes. You know, we had some good accomplishments, and it was like, but we've always done a good job of pivoting back to like, nah, but there's more. Like, there's a lot more that we don't know, like, compared to what we do.
Every time you hit that level, you realize like there's more.
You're just you're the smallest in a new room.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
You just reached a little accomplishment. That's a
That's
little
it.
milestone. Okay, this looked good for the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how can we get to this next one? What we doing?
Yeah. Cause I mean, and I think LA taught me that for real. Like,
I
since we
agree.
on the topic, man, you
LA
think
is
you
a
see
wild
wealth
place.
until you come to LA, boy. Hey, you can have the biggest chain. You
It's
can
a
have the
difference.
flyest car. You gonna hit that corner, somebody gonna roll on you in a Maybach truck or something crazy.
No, do you remember when we were, what was it, like either Sweet Green or something? We were sitting out there and that one really nice, it was like a Corvette pulled in. And then after it was like the Ferrari pulled in. And then
It's just
remember,
like, you
the
can't-
last thing that came in was a McLaren. We were just
yeah,
like,
it was just like,
all
come
right.
on, bro, you can't really.
you can't
At this point,
outflex
you might as
people
well
here.
just chill, man. Get your commuter, the Prius joint.
Yep.
Hey,
You
and
feel me?
for everybody that know music as well, just listen to the last 30 seconds of that Imaginary Players by Jay-Z.
Hey, did them even got leathers? That's what he said.
What's the difference between this one and that one? 30,000 cocksucker beat it.
Beat it. Nah, for real. And I mean, that alone, though, it really has humbled us to where it's like, I don't feel like I need to change. I don't feel like I got to act a certain way. I'm going to be me. And you're going to accept me for me.
And I was going to say, like, honestly, with the amount of rooms I'm in, the people I know, it means nothing.
Zilch.
It means nothing.
Because the dude with nothing on is probably the wealthiest dude in the room.
You know what I'm saying? And just honestly, just being able to
owns
be
the building.
Yeah, he owned it for sure. But just being able to be comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
And just keeping your face good and just being able to conduct proper business and just be a personable human being.
Genuine.
A genuine person.
That'll get you so far.
That's worth more than millions, thousands, all that.
Yeah. I think you keep that golden aura is more important than having a golden chain around your neck, because that'll get you in that room where you're like, dang, I just cut 6 people in here. I could go buy a little chain right now. It's like, no, like, I got to keep up that person that'll keep getting me into these doors. Because like you said, once you open one door, you're like, dang, I'm a small little fish in this room. But like you start operating with these people, they start putting you around other people. You're just like, dang, okay, I can operate like them. I get this now. And so I think that's like a testimony to you staying true to who you are and never getting jaded in this whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, just going back to, like I said, like my upbringing, like I came from not having everything, like nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it's to the point where it's like, I'm in a space, I'm growing, I'm getting exposed to this, I'm getting exposed to that. And I'm so personable and I never forget where I come from. And I help everybody I can, so it's just, I'm a barber. It don't get no more personable than that.
Yeah.
You're right on somebody's face, just
talking to everybody, just reasoning, like everything. So, it's just like a lot of things that like I take serious and, like to any and everybody, like I'm, you should, work on probably read and, like watch some podcasts, watch some interviews, just start shifting your focus because what you're doing right now might not be best. That's why you in the space that you in right now. You got to change some things. You living a little bit wrong. And I'm not dissing you. I'm just outside looking in, letting you know, like, long as if you just switch these two things, I promise you life going to be way better.
I got a question with that. So for somebody, let's just say there's a barber, because you've had a consistent clientele in every city you've gone to. You haven't built it up and then it's fallen. For somebody who may have that clientele falling, what would be some word of advice for you to get them either back on their game or to exceed their game to really keep more client and keep that retention?
2 things. One, switch up what you're doing. You probably got too comfortable and you probably just peaking right now. Switch something up, add a little service, add a new service or just do something different. Probably get some new clippers, going back to the 15-year-old. These not hitting no more.
Right.
Switch something up. Now your fade is popping. Stuff like that. And then contrary, just be a solid, genuine person, Because it's one thing when you give somebody a fire cut. It's another when you give them a fire cut, you're a fire person, and you're giving them a lot of game and wisdom, and you putting them on. Those are just like standard things to just keep a client. Customer appreciation.
Told you that therapist, man.
It's like literally little things. And then, just there's a lot of barbers who their price point is ridiculous.
Compared to their quality of work.
Compared to their quality of work. So, just understanding like, yeah, you probably got like 3 people that's paying that $200 fee, but all you cutting is, 3 people a month. Yeah, you're getting $600, but the barber that's charging only $50, $60, he's consistent. He's booked. He's working. And on top of that, he has a nice environment, a comfortable environment. Your $200, it's like you in a trap house.
And you know what? I think that kind of
it's perspective.
That goes to a good question too. How do you define your price point? Like, how do you?
I was gonna ask the same question.
Yeah, like how do you say my cut is worth $100?
Quality of your work, services you provide, your demand for sure, and just the whole presentation that you give someone. Like what value is in it. I'm not paying $100 if I'm pulling up to your house and it stinks, it's nasty.
Smell like fried fish.
You know what I'm saying? And there's some kids running around. I'm not paying $100. Like this is not $100. And on top of that, the quality isn't there. It doesn't make sense. Those 3 people might do it because they rock with you. Them your partners. But like the average person, that random guy, he's gonna make you a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like in so many different ways. So those are the ones you want to lock on. You know what I'm saying? It's strength in numbers. Those are the ones you want to lock on to where it's like yeah, my service is 100, but because of X, Y, and Z, and then you could back it up. Now they rocking with you. Now they could refer people. You know, it's a great environment. You know, you probably providing, you know, a beverage, you know, a drink, some cologne, hot towel. Like, it's a whole experience.
Yeah, it's that experience. I was gonna say that customer engagement, that experience is everything.
100%.
That determines your price for sure.
So backpacking off his question, so you kind of know that. When do you decide to move your price up as you start to build your skills up? When is that moment you know, like, I'm comfortable to do this? If I lose some people, I lose some people, but when's that decision finally made inside?
Yeah.
With knowing your worth and just understanding, if you getting stressed out, overbooked, okay, it's time to do something a little bit different. You know, time to separate some things. It's kind of like time to ruffle some feathers. You know what I mean? And just understanding there's some that really rock with you, and there's some that don't. And that's okay. It's business. You know, like, I get it. You don't want to pay 100. That's okay. There's so many more people that see value in me, that wants to see me grow, that don't pay that 100.
I will.
So because I know, like, shout out to my boy Sean in Turlock. When I was living in Turlock and working out there, I remember at a point, like, I told him, I was like, bro, you should up your price, you know? Because, like, when I'd go to Gary, like, I remember paying what Gary would charge, and he was charging me like 10 or 15 less. And I was like, bro, you do just as good of work. Like, why are you not doing this? And I remember after a while, some other people kept telling him too. And then that's when he's like, all right, I'm gonna do it. You know, he even said it in a month in advance, gave everybody notice, like, my decision, my business
y'all
decision.
know.
If you take it personal, it's not personal. This is just my business. So does that play a factor too when you got a lot of people like, bro, you should charge a little more for this?
Absolutely. And then on top of that, just understanding, like, the market we in right now, like, everything is expensive. Clippers is 300.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, Clippers is 300.
Takes
Don't
a
let
lot.
me go get a modified blade. That's an extra, what, 50, 75, depending on where it's coming from. So just that one clipper alone is 400. Now I got 3 tools I got to use on every person. A clipper for like 300-400. A liner that's probably like 250. A little shaver that's like 100 to 200, depending on if it's new or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what, like 750, 800 right there. And then all the little supplies that I have to buy weekly, bi-weekly. It's not cheap. Who pay for it? Me.
A lot of people don't realize that's factored into price when you're dealing with entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Even selling a hoodie, bro. It costs for me to put a front logo, a back logo, the neck tag, the shipping, the bagging, the stickers that go on the back. Like, bro, everything costs.
And this look like great material. Oh, where you get it from? How much that costs?
What?
So just
overseas.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
a different level.
So just being aware of, you know, like, your equipment, your value, your work, and, you know, like, the effect that you have on everyone. You know, it shows.
Yeah.
So how much would you say, once you're fully got up everything, you're taking this real serious, how much is your average equipment for a nice setup, like where you're at now? Like, what's the price for the little neck thing, the alcohol, you know, all that? How much do you think is like an average price of it right there?
Everything. Supplies, clippers.
Whole joint.
Shit, 600 and up.
600.
And 600 is fair.
And that's a nice setup. That's not no starter. That's like, that's that one.
You're probably getting some money right now.
Okay.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Or you probably ain't got the money yet, but you working because you know, like, it's a low investment.
And then beyond the, you know, buying the clipper, which is like every couple months or so, but how much is like a monthly fee expense? So you got the rent to be there, and then how much is your other stuff that you have to constantly get
So
monthly?
I'm going to just speak solely on the supplies, just because each shop has a different
rate. Yeah.
But just supplies, barber side, neck strips, nigga, gloves is $20. And if you cut high volume, that's $20 a month.
Wow.
I mean, $20 a week.
Mhm.
So let's just say 100 for gloves, barber supplies, you know, like cool care, shaving cream, aftershave, all that. Weekly, you probably like 100 to 200.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Tag on, you know, booth rent, all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Whether you commute to work or not, you know, it's so many different things that you have to factor in. But yeah, like, people think it's sweet. No, it's not. Once you get to a certain level, that's why that price might be that price. And if it's worth it, it's worth it. If not, hey, just be happy with knowing. Yeah, I might not be able to pay, but we got some.
Yeah, if I can't afford it, you know, link me to somebody you know you could trust me with like that too.
No, go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I kind of want to know what's a good day. Like, what's a good day for a barber like you, man?
let's just say I got the best outfit on right now.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Let us know in the
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments
He
who got the
sounds
best
crazy.
fit on today.
Yeah, let us know in the
Oh,
comments.
yeah. We let the people choose.
Because I ain't gonna lie. We all got on a nice fit, a fly fit.
I will say.
Mm-hmm.
He got unreleased Yang on.
Mm-hmm.
I got unreleased Yang on. You got that new thing on.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like the color combination is just kind of crazy.
You
Yeah.
definitely did go crazy. I'm not gonna
I didn't
lie, 'cause
expect that color to
with
go
the pants is
Mm-hmm.
the contrast
Yeah.
is there.
You know, we're at the rounding up episode number 2. If you could give a last little bit of advice for somebody who's struggling being a barber, struggling to figure it out, or maybe trying to prove to their parents, like what's some word of advice for them that they can leave with today too?
Remember why you started. Remember why you're doing it. Never lose focus. And honestly, I would say just don't care about what other people think.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got the vision, not them. Fulfill yourself first. Don't try to like please everybody else. Please yourself first. Learn your strengths, learn your weaknesses, and push yourself to be the best. Stay disciplined. And it'll all show in your work. And like one day you'll say, "Damn, like I'm glad I went through all this now rather than later."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. I can feel that one.
I love that. And I
Yeah, I
love to
relate
see you
to that.
winning, man. Like, honestly, as
Hey,
our
man.
brother, business partner,
Not real
It's-
life.
It's a blessing.
it is.
It's a
Gotta
blessing.
keep that going.
Even y'all as well, bro. Like it's definitely a pleasure and a blessing to just see everything come full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And just us with this podcast, like as we are concluding, we had the first episode about you guys.
Mhm.
We had the second episode about myself personally.
Mm-hmm.
The viewers, they had a great chance to really lock in on us and understand like what we've been through.
Yep.
And
So
why
we're
this
now
started.
and why this started. So we're now moving forward. Stay tuned for the next guest because it's not about us no more.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about us no more.
Yeah.
Y'all about to hear some real convos from some real individuals.
Mhm.
Like the guest list we already got is just
Crazy.
it's crazy, man. We can't really
2024
disclose.
schedule
Yeah,
already.
hey,
Yeah, no, that's we got the first like 6 months damn near,
More.
maybe more booked up.
But,
this is not a fire drill. It's
the
the real thing.
Mhm.
I promise you. Shout out V's.
Hey,
man.
shout out
Going
V's,
crazy.
everybody. But yeah, man, definitely thank you for having me.
Of course, bro. Thank you for sharing your story.
Absolutely.
And if you in LA,
Oh yeah, I'm
Get-
tripping. If you in LA, bro,
Plug
tap in. Yeah,
Plug 'em.
follow me on Instagram, TikTok _GQ the barber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, just reach out to me. Just slide me a DM. Yeah, man, let's work. Let's make it happen.
he
Yeah.
does house calls, video shoot calls, concert calls, before an acting scene call. Everything you could think of, he can make it there.
Hey,
Just had that bag right.
Yeah.
I'm like Candyman. If niggas say my name, I'm coming.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Peasy.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Shout out to Peasy.
All right, y'all. We'll be
Nah.
seeing you.
Yeah.
Love. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. See y'all the next episode.
Yes, sir.
All right.
How much more time do we have? I wanted to do one thing because I want at the end of our episode, like if you like this video, like, subscribe, like all of us doing a little bit. Okay, cool. So whoever wants to start it, be like, if you like this episode of
do
the
it.
video,
Yeah,
make sure you like,
no idea.
subscribe.
You do
All right,
it.
cool. Let's get it. All right. If you like this video and what you watched today at the Hustlers Only podcast, make sure you like, subscribe, comment whenever you can. If every little thing matters to this video, we're building out a big podcast to actually inspire and give education upon different fields of the struggle, what it's like to be an entrepreneur, a creative. And we're going to have many more messages like this. Tune in and we'll see y'all there at the top.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Appreciate y'all.
Let's get it.
Yeah, that was perfect.
That was solid.
Yes.